Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you all are doing well. For today's video, I am going to be doing one palette, 10 looks. Now, I have done a previous video in this series using Wet n the Wild Rose in the Air. So, I will leave a link for you guys up in the eye so you can check that video out if you want to know more looks using that palette. But today, I am going to be using my Huda Beauty Rose Gold Remastered palette. Now, I know there was a lot of controversy when this palette launched and everything because, it was a relaunch of the Rose Gold palette. But I do really like this palette. I like Huda Beauty's formulation, plus the color story is nice, it's wearable, but it still has pop-off colors. And as you can see, I have hit pan on a few colors here and there because I really do like this palette. But Lord knows how difficult has this video been for me. I have tried to record this about 6 times now, and I always end up scrapping this video after shooting like 4+ looks. Sometimes I've shot 6 looks and I'm just like, no, I don't like the direction in which this video is going, and I end up scrapping it. So yeah, I've been trying to shoot this video since last year, so hopefully this time it goes through. My fingers are crossed. But I'm just going to quickly let you know what all we're going to be doing in this video. Of course, we're going to be creating 10 looks using the Huda Beauty Rose Gold Remastered palette, but we're not going to be using any external eyeliners or glitters. So if you want to recreate these looks but you want to add a little bit of pizzazz, you can always end up using a little bit of extra liner or glitter. I just wanted to show you the potential of this palette, so if you are planning to pick this up, you know what all looks you can create with it. Or if you already have this palette but you don't know what all you can do with this, then maybe this video can inspire you and give you some ideas on how to play around with this palette and use it to the maximum potential. The other details on my face would remain the same except the lipstick. The lipstick will keep on changing, and I will let you know once it changes, and I'll let you know what lipstick I'm going for and why I'm going for that particular lipstick. So yes, without any further ado, if you want to know 10 looks using the Huda Beauty Rose Gold Remastered palette, then please keep on watching. I'm going to start off by taking Sandalwood, which is a medium tone brown, on a big crease brush because I want to blend it in my crease as my transition shade. I'm going to dust off the excess and I'm just going to go in circular motions in my crease. I'm going to make sure I blend it towards my brow bone just to get a nice ombre effect. Taking a slightly more precise crease brush, I'm going to pick up the shade Henna, which is a very warm toned brown. It has a lot of red undertones to it. Again, I'm coating my whole brush because I am going to be going in my crease, but I'm going to keep it slightly lower than Sandalwood just to get a nice depth going on in my crease. With the help of a stiff flat shader brush, I'm going to pick up Cocoa, which is a beautiful chocolate brown color, just like the name suggests. And I'm going to apply it all over my eyelid area as my base shadow. I am just going to pat this eyeshadow all across my eye and blend it out in the crease. Then I'm going to go back in with my blending brush and I'm going to start blending this out in my crease just so that I get a seamless eyeshadow look going on. I don't want any harsh edges to be seen. All the 3 eyeshadows would also go on my lower lash line, but in a reverse order just to balance my upper and lower lash line out. So I'm taking Cocoa and I'm going to start applying it on my lower lash line very close to it. I don't want to drag it a lot down because then it would make my eyes look panda eyes and dark circles, and that's not the look we are going for. Blending it out slightly first with Henna and then with Sandalwood. I'm taking a tiny pencil brush and I'm going to pick up the shade Moon Dust, which is a dull golden shade, and this would highlight my inner corner and my brow bone for me. So I'm just going to place this tiny brush in my inner corners and make sure I blend it out with the brown just to again make a seamless eyeshadow look come to life. I'm also going to be applying it right below the highest point of my brow on my brow bone. This would push my brows up and give my face a little bit of lift. Next, I'm going to pick up Black Truffle with the help of a small angular brush, and we are going to be creating a 4-wing liner. I've been loving 4 wings. I feel like they work really well for my eye shape and they're just so easy to do. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start from the outer 1/4 and I'm just going to place this angle brush like this across my eye. And I'm just going to pull it up slightly and I'm going to leave it like that. So I'm not going to pull it a lot, but keep it just still there because we are going to be blending this line out, so it will elongate a little. So you don't want to elongate it to the point where you want it to be because then it would reach almost your temple and you're going to be like, what do I do now? So you want to leave it where you want it to not end, like before you want it to end basically. So I'm just going to draw my wing liner even here. And I'm going to leave it just at that. Alright, then I am going to get rid of a lot of this color so that we don't have a lot on our brush, because if we have a lot on our brush, then again we are risking the fact that we are going to have our wing liner all over the place. Then I'm going to start pulling this color up so that we also have a little smudged effect going on. We don't want this liner to be so prominent. We want it to be slightly more faded and slightly more natural, if I may say so. So I'm going to start pulling this up so that we have a 4-wing liner effect going on. I'm going to quickly coat my upper and lower lashes with some mascara to give them the volume and length that they deserve. I'm in quite a monochromatic mood for this look, so I'm going to go in with Strip Down by MAC. It's one of my favorite liners right now. And I'm just going to line and fill in my lips with this. This is going to be my lip color. Of course, Strip Down is available in a lipstick form too, but I just like the lip liner a little bit more because it's very long lasting. And this is the final look with and without lashes. I'm going to start off by taking risk on a medium sized blender brush and I'm going to put it through my crease. I'm going to be trying to recreate the look that Huda has on the palette, which is something like this. So that's what we're doing for this look. And I'm just going to start by making circular motions in my crease and not going too overboard when I'm blending it towards my brow, because she does not have it like really high up. So I'm going to keep it slightly low too. So again, just going in circular motions all over my crease. Taking a flat synthetic brush, I'm going to pick up the shade Fling, which is a beautiful metallic pink shade, and I'm going to apply this all over my lid space area. This is a very simple look. There's not a lot to it, but it looks really stunning. So I'm just going to apply Fling and I'm going to blend it into my crease color, and I'm really going to pack this color on just to get the maximum intensity out of it. And it might take a little bit while. I honestly feel like these colors would work better with fingers because they are creamy, but I have nails, so I'm just going to use my brush and I'm going to layer it on a couple of times. Using the same brush, I'm going to pick up a little bit of rose gold and I'm going to add it to the centers of my eyes. She does have a little bit of lightness towards the centers, so I'm just going to add it right here just to add a little bit of dimension to my look, just a tiny bit. I'm using Risk with a smaller pencil brush just to make sure that I have a nice tightly defined lower lash line. I don't want it to be overly diffused. I want the definition to be there. Quickly going to do an inner corner and brow bone highlight with the help of Moon Dust and a pencil brush, and I'm just going to apply it on my inner corners. This will again add a lot of light to my look and make sure that my eyes look brighter. And I'm also going to pop it right underneath the highest point of my brow on my brow bone. Now Huda has a nice slim wing liner going on, but we are not going to be using any liner. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take an angled brush and I'm going to mist it with my setting spray just to get it nice and moist and wet. And then I am going to be picking up Black Truffle from the palette so that we have a black liner, a DIY black liner of sorts going on. Because it's a very thin liner, we need that definition, and that's why I'm not using an eye primer as a wing liner map, because it can get a little thicker, but I'm just moistening or dampening my brush up just to get that nice definition going on. So once I have that color picked on, I am going to go slim and thin on my eye and I'm going to create a nice wing liner. You can definitely do this just with plain water. You don't need a setting spray. I'm just being a little extra bougie by doing that. Anyway, I love this hack by using a setting spray or water, wetting your matte shadows and then using them as liners, because it just gives your matte eyeliner such a high pigmented look. Of course, it works with darker shades better than it would work with lighter shades on top of darker shades. By that, what I mean is if I had like maybe say a bronze eye, I wanted to do the same thing with a yellow eyeshadow. It won't pop up as much as a black would pop up because it's already dark. I hope that makes sense. But yes, this is at the end of the day a really great hack, especially if you forgot to pack your liner or something. Quickly gonna coat my upper and lower lashes with some mascara. Honestly, I would have preferred a slightly more nude lip, but because we're recreating Huda's look, she has a lip stroke going on, so I'm going to be using her own lip stroke. This is in the shade Shameless. I don't know if she was wearing Shameless or not. Her seems to be like the similar color of Risk, but I have this which is the closest, so I'm just going to apply this all over my lips. Ooh, actually this does not look bad. And this is the final look with and without lashes. Using a fluffy crease brush, I'm going to pick up the color Suede, which is like a mix of a grey and a brown. It's a beautiful shade. I'm going to put it in my crease. I'm going to create a transition color with this one. So I'm just going to go in circular motions and I'm going to stop about 3/4 way in. So I'm not going to go all the way till my inner corners, but I'm going to stop right here. And I'm going to make sure that it's nicely blended out in my crease. I'm going to pick up Cocoa with another blender brush, but this time much smaller than the previous one. And again, I'm going to put this in my crease, but I'm going to keep it lower than Suede just to get a nice depth in my eye going on. I'm going to extend this out in a V shape. Using a stiff synthetic brush, I'm going to pick up the shade Blessed, which is like a cool toned bronze golden of sorts. Like, I don't know how to describe this shade, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to place it all over my lid. I'm sort of going to carve out my eye shape. This is not a cut crease yet, but I'm going to carve it out. So I'm going to start applying it from the inner corners. And because we are going for a cool toned eye, this color is just the perfect match to go with Suede and Cocoa. I'm going to take a tighter brush for my lower lash line because the blending brushes are a little too fluffy for the lower lash line. I'm going to mix Cocoa as well as Suede into each other so that I get a nice sooty sort of a color, and I'm going to apply this on my lower lash line. With the help of a pencil brush, I'm going to pick up the shade Bubbly, which is a cooler toned highlight when compared to Moon Dust. Moon Dust is more warm and champagne-y, while Bubbly is more cooler. And I'm going to put it in my inner corners, and I'm also going to highlight my brow bone with this. This is a completely cool toned look, so this is great for people who are not into the warm oranges and red lights. There is a nice mix and match of cool and warm in this palette, and that's why I do recommend this palette a lot. And now for the final eyeshadow step, I'm going to pick up black truffle with the help of an angled brush, and I'm going to create an inner corner cat eyeliner. I love the inner corner feline trend that we have right now. Again, I feel like it suits my eye shape so much. So I'm just going to use this angled brush to create that today. And I'm going to go downwards like that on my inner corner. And I'm going to connect it to my lower lash line like that and make sure I get a nice point towards the end. It's time to mascara up the lashes. I want to keep the whole look pretty cool tone, so I'm going to be using my Smashbox Always On Liquid Lipstick in the shade Psychic Medium, which is a pretty cool toned color. I love Smashbox cool tone colors because they're so unique and so different. Although they do dry up really quickly in the tube, I have to say, like, this one is a task to apply right now, but the color is so beautiful. And this is the final look with and without lashes. I'm picking up henna with a fluffy brush. This is a very warm brown, and this is going to go in my crease as my first transition color. This is a darker transition color, so you want to ensure that you don't go all in at once. You want to pick up the color slowly and build it up. I'm going to go all the way till my inner corners and make sure that this is nicely blended out. Taking a smaller crease brush, I'm going to pick up the shade Maneater, which is a deep red color. And again, I am going to be deepening up my crease with it. We are just building upon our crease with warm tones of browns and reds. Again, you want to take this color slowly because this is highly pigmented. And I'm not going in with a lot of pressure. I am barely just touching my eyes. Once I'm sort of happy with my crease colors, I'm going to go into my eye primer and I'm going to cut my crease with it using a very small definer brush so that I can get a very precise line out of it. So I'm just picking up a little bit of my eye primer, making sure I don't have a lot of product on my brush. I'm going to start cutting my eye. You want to go in small dashes. You don't want to go all together. Like, you can if you are that practiced, but if you are new, I would suggest that you go in small dashes and fix up whatever you feel you're not as precise. We're going to do one eye at a time so that our base doesn't dry down. I'm starting off with Maneater, and I'm just going to apply a little bit on the corner so that we have a nice blend going on, and our half cut crease is actual half cut crease and not a full cut crease. This just helps in making sure that there are no harsh edges. I'm going to take 24K with the help of a flat shader brush, and I'm just going to start putting it across my lid wherever I have my eye primer laid down to get a nice cut crease going on. I'm going to ensure that 24K and Maneater are nicely blended where they meet so there are no harsh edges. A little bit of Maneater on my lower lash line and then a little bit of henna. I'm picking up Moon Dust on a pencil brush to highlight my inner corners and my brow bone because this would be the perfect highlight for this look. I love how it's looking very quintessential Indian bridally almost without even putting in a lot of effort. Like, of course, if you add a little bit of liner to this, then you're done. You're literally done. So I'm highlighting the highest point of my brow just to frame my face a little better. It is Mascara O'Clock for the lashes. I want to keep up with this Indian bridally feel that we're having with this look, so I'm going to take Bachelorette by Nykaa. I know it's a very convenient name for a bridal look, and I'm just going to apply it all over my lips. This is a cool toned red, which would really suit the shade Maneater that we have on our crease. And this is the final look with and without lashes. Using a blender brush, I'm going to pick up the shade Sandalwood and I'm going to put it through my crease as my transitional shade. I'm going to do this with a very light hand because I don't want a lot of pigmentation of this color on my lid. I just want a nice wash of color. I'm also going to quickly wrap this on my lower lash line. Using a pencil brush, I'm going to pick up the shade Black Truffle, which is basically a matte black. And I'm going to be putting this in my outer and inner corners. We are going to be creating a halo eye, a rather sexy and smudgy one. So I'm just going to be placing it right here in my inner corners and then also on my outer corners. I am going to blend it up towards my crease so that it merges into the sandalwood shade. Using a stiff synthetic brush, I'm going to pick up the shade Dubai, which is like an olive with really dark undertones to it. Like, I really love this shade. It's very unique. And I'm just going to apply it in the in-between space that I've left. So I've made a V with the black and I'm going to apply this in between in the V shape just to get a nice halo look going on. I'm going to do the same thing that I've done on my upper eye on my lower eye. So I'm going to apply the black on the outer and inner corner. And then I'm going to follow it up with that olivey green color in the center. Now, because this look is a little too dark, I'm going to highlight my inner corners up so that they light up. Honestly, I don't even mind the black inner corners. I feel like they look very sexy, but I love a little bit of light in my look. So I'm going to take Moon Dust again with the help of a pencil brush and I'm just going to apply it in my inner corners. I'm going to overlap it with the black so it would also give it a little extra dimension. I'm going to apply my mascara, which is going to add even more drama to the look. And now to make things even more dramatic, as if they're not dramatic enough already, I am going to be using a black lipstick. This is the NYX Liquid Suede in the shade Alien. Now, I don't know where the applicator of this went, so we're just going to wing it. I'm just going to apply it with the help of the stick, or maybe I'm going to pick up a brush. Who knows? I'm just winging it, but I love black lipsticks. If you've been following me for even a bit, I don't think I've talked about black lipsticks that much off late, but I love black lipsticks. And this is the final look with and without lashes. I'm going to start off by taking henna on a blender brush. I'm going to apply this all over my eyelid area and I'm also going to blend this on my crease. I want a soft focus color, almost like a one and done eyeshadow with this henna color. So I'm just going to blend this in circular motions into my crease. While I'm at it, I'm also going to wrap this on my lower lash line just to balance my upper and lower eyes out. Using a small brush which is not supremely dense or tight, I'm going to pick up the shade Trust Fund, which is a beautiful bronze shade, and I'm going to dust this on my lid. So I want like a sparingly glittery sort of a look. I don't want to pack the shadow on, that's why I'm not using a very dense brush. If you want, you can definitely pack this color on. For me, it's going to be more like, illuminated sort of a look, and that's what I'm trying to go for. So I'm just going to very lightly pat this onto my lid space area. I'm going to apply this on my lower lash line again very sparingly. I love the effect that we're having on the layering of these two colors. It looks so pretty. So I'm just applying the same color on my lower lash line too. I really like this look as is. I can just apply a little bit of mascara on my false lashes and I would be perfectly done up. But we are trying to step out a little bit with these looks. If I were to do all of the looks that I can do with this palette, I'll probably have to make like 5 or 6 more videos like these where I show 10 looks each, because there's just so much you can do with this palette. But we're trying to be a little bit more creative in this video. So I'm going to go in with my eye primer and I'm going to take an angled brush and I'm just going to dip it in there, coat it nicely, and I'm going to create a wing liner with my eye primer. Again, if you want to use just a normal liner, you can do that. For me, I'm going to show you what this palette can do for you, and that's why I am just going to be creating a nice wing liner with my eye primer. Once my liner is nicely laid down, I am going to pick up Maneater, which is a beautiful red shade, and I'm just going to top off my eye primer with this shade. I want a red liner look because it's just so beautiful. It can be intimidating for some people, but I have been wearing red liner really frequently and I love it. I love it. I wore it in one of my April videos too, and you guys seem to love it too. So I'm just going to layer my Maneater shade on top of my eye primer to get a red wing going on. Next, I'm picking up Moon Dust to quickly highlight my inner corners as well as my brow bone. This would just give a lot of light to my eyes so that they look open and bright, and the brow bone would just lift my whole face up. Adding a little bit of mascara to my upper and lower lashes to complete my eye look. For my lipstick, I'm going to try and match it to my liner, which has gone more wine than red, but I still do like it. I'm going to use Nykaa's So Creme lipstick, and this is in the shade It's a Date, and I'm just going to apply it all over my lips. And this is the final look with and without lashes. With the help of a fluffy crease brush, I'm going to pick up the shade Demure, which is a beautiful pink, a warm pink, and this is going to be my transition shade. So I'm just going to dust off the excess and I'm going to start working this in my crease. I'm going to go in circular motions just to buff and blend this out. I'm going to go in with another crease brush. This is slightly smaller than the previous brush, and I'm going to pick up the shade Dollface, which is a beautiful pink, like a hot pink shade. And again, this is going to go in my crease, but this time slightly lower. Also, we are keeping our crease circular. We are not extending it out in a V, but we are keeping it pretty round because I'm going for that doe-eyed effect. So I'm just placing this in my crease and making sure it's nicely blended out with this previous shade. Time to pick up a flat shade of brush, and I'm going to pick up the shade Risk with it, which is a beautiful purple pink hybrid sort of a shade. It's a very gorgeous shade. I'm coating my brush completely with it because I want a nice load of pigment on my eyes. So I'm just going to dust off the excess so that I don't have a lot of fallout, and I'm just going to start placing it on the areas where I don't have any color, and I'm going to blend it in with my crease colors just to ensure that we have a seamless eye look going on. I'm going to mix Risk and Dollface on a blender brush, and I'm going to apply it on my lower lash line just to balance the upper and lower eyes a little bit. I am not going to attach it too much to my upper eye to make it like look a little winged out, but I'm just going to end it right on the outer corner. Using a small stiff brush, I'm going to pick up the shade Pink Diamond, which is a beautiful pink shimmer shade, and this is going to be my inner corner highlight. We are going to be using Moon Dust for our brow bone highlight, but for the inner corners, we are going to go in with Pink Dust, and I'm going to make sure that my eyes look bright like a pink diamond. Now, the purple is oxidizing a little bit, as you can see, so you might need to adjust and add color according to what the shadows look like on your skin. Purples are notorious, like purples and reds are notorious when it comes to eyeshadows, and they tend to oxidize a little bit and change color, as you can see on my eye right here. So I'm going to adjust this one up so that it doesn't look as patchy as it is looking right now. Time to mascara up my eyes now. I want to keep all of the focus on my eyes because they're so bright and beautiful, and that's why I'm going to be using a neutral color. I'm using Sheo from Huda Beauty. This is from their Demi Matte range, so it has a slight glossiness to it, which would be a perfect contrast to the matte on the eye. So I'm just going to take this lipstick and I'm going to apply it all over my lips. This does have a hint of pink in there, a hint, just a tad hint, so that it does not look too odd. If you use a really warm undertoned nude lipstick, it's going to clash a little bit. So you want to keep it slightly cool and slightly pink. And this is the final look with and without lashes. I'm going to start off by taking an angled brush and I'm going to spray some setting spray on it. You can of course just use plain water. I just have setting spray on hand and that's why I'm using it. And then I'm going to move into my palette and I'm going to pick up Black Truffle, which is the black shade. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a graphic liner, a thick graphic liner with this. And the reason why I'm misting my brush is because this would not only make the eyeshadow more pigmented, but this would just make sure that there is no fallout too, because black fallout is the absolute worst, you guys. It's the worst. So it's a two-in-one thing, right? So I'm just gonna be making a wing liner like this. And I'm of course gonna neaten it up. I'm just mapping it out first so that I have an idea about where the eyeshadow is gonna go. And I'm also gonna fill in my eye with this black shadow. Once my base liner is laid down, it's time to now make it duochromatic. So I'm going to take a flat shader brush and again I'm going to mist it with my setting spray. You can use water, just stating it out loud. And then I'm going to take the shade Rose Gold, which is a beautiful shade. It already has a lot of shifts in there. And just applying it on top of black or any other dark shadow. You can also use like a royal blue or a purple. They would look gorgeous. I'm just going to take black because that's what we have in this palette, and I'm just going to start applying this on top of the black. And as you can already see, like, we're having these gorgeous shifts going on because this shade is now completely transformed. Once I have this duochrome look going on, which looks gorgeous, I'm going to take Moon Dust to highlight my inner corner and my brow bone. I want to open up my eyes a little bit because once you have such a dark liner going on, your eyes can look a little shut down. So you want to highlight your inner corners up just to make sure your eyes don't look shut down. And I'm also going to be highlighting my brow bone up. I'm starting with applying my mascara, and I'm going to be giving a little bit of extra love to my lower lashes for this particular look because we don't have any eyeshadow on our lower lashes. So the only way we are going to be balancing our upper and lower eye out is with the help of mascara. So you want to give a little bit of extra love and a little bit of extra time. For the lips, I want to do something deep, dark and vineish sort of a shade. So I have Ladies Night from the Huda Beauty lipstick range, and I'm going to be applying this. And if I think it's a little too much, I might switch on to a nude. We don't know. Let's start with this though. I'm just gonna be applying it all over my lips. I have managed to break the bullet, and that's why I'm being a little bit more careful. I can use a brush, but YOLO. I feel like doing a little extra something. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a shader brush and I'm gonna pick up rose gold again with this, and I'm gonna start patting it on the centers of my lips just to get, you know, a little bit of similarity with the eye, and this will just give a nice highlighted sort of a look. And this is the final look with and without lashes. With the help of a pencil brush, I'm going to start off by picking up Doll Face, which is a beautiful pink shade. It's a hot pink shade, and I am going to be placing this color on my outer corner. I'm going to place it in a slanted line like this. So I'm going to get it till the half of my eye, and then I'm going to extend it out slightly towards the tail of my brow. Then I'm going to take another pencil brush and I'm going to pick up the shade Fling, which is a beautiful pink again. And then I am going to follow the slanted line that I've created, and this time I'm going to come up till about half of my eyelid. So I'm just going to go in this shape. And I'm going to start mixing these colors in, and I'm going to stop about halfway on my eyelid right here. I'm picking up Pink Diamond with the help of a small detailer brush. We are staying in the families of pink, but we are making a gradient eye effect. So I'm going to still follow the slanted line, and I'm going to mix Pink Diamond into Fling. I'm going to move on to a blender brush, and I'm going to pick up the shade Demure, which is like a peachy pink color, a very, very beautiful pink color. And I'm going to start blending this out in my crease. So we are essentially creating a transition after laying down our base shadows. So I want to diffuse all of these shadows into my crease just to get a nice and softer appearance. We are not going for like a thick block wing liner right now. We are just going for a soft diffused eye, which gradiates to a hot pink. I'm picking up Doll Face, but this time I'm using a very small detailer brush because I want to do my lower lash line this time. But I'm only going to stay till the half of my eye, till where the upper liner is there. I'm not going to go all the way in. This would give me a very doll-eyed effect because we're using Doll Face. You get it, right? So I'm just going to start applying this, and I'm going to stop just midway, and I'm going to connect it to my upper eye. I'm going to take Bubbly for my inner corner and my brow bone highlight because again it does have that cool pink undertone to it. So I'm just going to place it in my inner corners because I'm going to keep all of the colors in a similar family. I don't want it to be too stark, and Moon Dust would be slightly starker. It's more warm and champagne-y. So Bubbly would really complement this look. And I'm also going to pop this right underneath the highest point of my brow. Just doing my mascara on my top and bottom lashes now to get some life and dimension back to my eyes. For lips, I'm going to go for glossy lips just to match the whole doll-like vibe that we have going on. And I'm going to take my Bobbi Brown Crushed Liquid Lipstick in the shade Inner Jam, which is a beautiful pink shade, and I'm just going to apply it all over my lips. And this is the final look with and without lashes. I'm going to do a classic black smoky eye, and for that I'm going to start off by using Sandalwood on a fluffy brush. This is going to be my transition shade for my crease. Now the key to a good smoky eye is to get your transitions just right. So I'm going to apply Sandalwood in my crease in circular motions, and I'm going to go all the way till my inner corner just to ensure we have a nice transition shade going on. Moving on to another crease brush, this time more dense and smaller than the previous one. I'm going to pick up the shade Cocoa, which is a beautiful brown. It's much darker than Sandalwood, but it's very near to the black shade, so it's going to help us just transition a little better. Again, I'm going to put this in my crease, but I'm going to keep it slightly lower than Sandalwood so that we have that ombre going on. Taking a flat shader brush, I'm going to pick up Black Truffle, of course, because we are doing a smoky eye and black is the essential part of a smoky eye. I'm going to dust off the excess so I don't get any fallout. Of course, there will still be a little bit of fallout, so I'm just going to try and minimize that as much as I can, and I'm going to start patting this on my lid space area. Now, once I have laid down my brown, I'm going to do a trick that I've been recently doing and loving when I'm blending my colors together. I'm going to take a clean blender brush, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to mix the two shades that I want to blend. So I'm going to mix Cocoa and I'm going to mix Black Truffle together, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with the very edge of the black. So I'm not going to start from above, I'm going to start from below so that again I don't drag it too much towards the crease. I'm going to start from right right here, I'm going to start blending it out in a very small circular motion. Because we've mixed the colors together, it will just make the whole process of just transitioning it really easy. You can always go back with black and reapply it on your lid if you feel like the color has been taken away while blending, because that does happen. Like a little bit of color does pull away once you are blending, but blending first, making it more impactful later. Once you're sort of happy with the blend, and you don't need to be completely happy with the blend in the first go with smoky eyes, you can literally wait till the last step to blend everything out once everything is done and in place. But yes, once I'm sort of happy with my upper eye, I'm going to move on to my lower. I'm going to start with black truffle, and I'm going to start lining my lower lash line. It's really important to balance the upper and lower eyes out, especially with the smoky eye, but you don't want to take it too far, otherwise again, panda eyes. And once I have that color nicely laid down, I am going to blend it out with the help of cocoa and sandalwood both. So I'm just gently going back and forth on black truffle to make sure that it's nice and smoky. I'm going to pick up moon dust with the help of a pencil brush to highlight my inner corners of the smoky eye. It's really important to highlight your inner corners well, because that just opens up your eyes, because we have so much darkness going on our eyes. It's really important that our eyes look slightly brighter with the help of a inner corner highlight. So I'm just going to tap it right here in my inner corners. And I'm not going to take it too much into my eye, because then again it would just mix with the black and then it would be just not a good look. So you want to keep it pretty concentrated in the inner corner. I'm applying a tiny bit right under the highest point of my brow to lift my brows up. I'm going to go all in with my mascara. Now mascara is important for all the looks out there, because it just adds so much drama to your lashes, but especially with smoky eyes, it just makes your eye look 10 times better. So yeah, go in with your mascara and just finish off your eyes. I want to keep my lips pretty nude because all of the focus should be on the eye. So I'm going to use Truly MLBB from Maybelline Sensational Liquid Matte Lipsticks, and I'm just going to apply it all over my lips. And this is the final look with and without lashes. And yeah, so that we finished this video. I hope you guys enjoyed this and found this helpful. Do let me know if you'd like to see more videos under this series, and if yes, then which palette should we do next? Comment below and let me know. I will see you guys on Wednesday. Till then, take care. I love you all so much. Please stay home, stay safe. Bye.